up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, honey, and we are down here. I was just online. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. I was just online. There is another therapist, another Black woman therapist who has come out and said that she does not want to work with male clients. She wasn't specific. She just said male clients. And what do you know? Just like clockwork, the men are up in arms. And she's a Black woman therapist, so you know that Black men specifically are up in arms. They have said some really vile, awful things to this woman in response to her saying, I don't want to see male clients, you know, proving her right in why she doesn't want to see male clients. Calling the board to have her, I don't know, her license taken away. I don't know what they're trying to do. Trying to call her a job, but she has a private practice, so oops. Just saying these awful things to her. She made a TikTok. Let me read the original post that she made. Her original post. Let's see. Yeah, they're doxing her. They're doing all of these awful things. They're doing all of these awful things to her, but in essence, just proving why she is not welcoming men into her practice as patients. Hold on, let me go to her original. There's a man. Yeah, they are really going after her. And she said men. She did not say Black men. She said men. But here, this is really sad. They're leaving her Google reviews, lying, giving her 1-star reviews. People are calling for her license. Her name is Nicole Lewis, LCSW, LICSW, licensed clinical social worker. I don't know what LICSW. Hold on. Licensed independent clinical social worker. All right, so she has her own private practice. But yeah, here, I'm trying to find the original tweet of hers. But basically, they did what they did to the last Black woman therapist who came out and just said, like, you guys are difficult to work with. But she said specifically that these men feel like she needs to prove herself to them. Like when they're calling her, trying to see if she would be a good fit for a therapist, they're very aggressive, she said. Hold on, let me find her original. I want to find her original tweet. But she said, a man just called my business line and said, hey, Nicole, you are an effing scumbag. Hope you get shot to DEATH. Have a good day. This, she said, all because I don't want to work with men anymore. This is why. It's not safe for me. People think they deserve so much access to me. Men are harassing me for not being available to them when they have and never will reach out for therapy to me. They're leaving Google messages. Nicole is discriminatory towards Black men. She has publicly announced that she would no longer work with them. If you're Black, I would find someone else. And she actually did not specify Black men. She just said men. But, you know, my theory is Black men, because they get so much blind support from Black women, when a Black woman publicly denounces or separates herself from them, they malfunction. They don't want to be rejected. Men have a problem with being rejected anyways, right? They are not taught about rejection or how to accept rejection or how to deal with rejection. A lot of them are not taught. That's why they feel entitled to you. They feel entitled to invade your space. They feel entitled to not respect your boundaries. They feel entitled to you because they don't know how to be rejected. But for Black men specifically, because they get this blind loyalty from Black women, when a Black woman says out loud, I don't fuck with y'all, they don't know how to function. They lose all faculties and they become extremely violent, extremely aggressive, and just murderous. She said that somebody called her line and said, here's the original tweet, and this was 4 days ago. I am no longer accepting male clients. They get in my email inbox and want me to prove why they should choose me as a therapist. No scheduled consultations or nothing to see if we are a good fit. I'm not the one or the two to prove my worth to anyone. We would not work well together because you're already trying me, and I'm not above going off on nobody. If you're trying me before the therapeutic relationship starts, I know you're out here being a menace to folks, and that's going to activate my nervous system. So nah, it's a wrap. She said, my current and past male clients would never. She says, folks in my comments proving my point. There are whole think pieces in quoted tweets. If the folks tone policing me, it's the folks tone policing me. I tweet like I talk. I talk this way in therapy with my clients. That's the whole point of being a Black therapist, so Black folks can be themselves. Ain't no code switching over here. Somebody says, I'm convinced that this group of men do not want help. They just want to argue and project their own issues. She said somebody called her and said, I hope your throat gets slit. Yeah. Black women deserve to feel safe. A man just called my business line and said, I wish I could stab you to death, slit your throat, skin you, and wear your face. Yeah, that would be cool. And she says, yeah, I definitely want to work with men now. All they're doing is proving why she doesn't want to work with men. And a lot of people like, she shouldn't say that out loud. Several people who practice medicine or practice therapy, they are asked, what field would you like to go to? Would you be mad if you go to a gastroenterologist for your throat and they tell you, I don't specialize in the throat, I specialize in your digestive system or whatever. That's what I specialize in. Are you going to be mad at them and go online and be like, they don't see people who have throat issues? She's able to say, I only want to see women clients. She's able to say that. Some people say, well, I only want to deal with people who are trying to work through childhood trauma. You have some people say, well, I only want to deal with people who belong to the LGBTQ community. I only want to deal with people who are dealing with addiction, right? There's so many people and what they want to specialize in. And her specialty, according to her, I help Black women overcome perfectionism. Licensed mental health therapist. She says, let me get this straight. Y'all got mad at a Black woman therapist for telling men to get therapy. 2, y'all started saying men shouldn't see women therapists. 3, y'all didn't seek therapy from men. 4, now y'all are telling me, a Black woman therapist, that y'all should have access to me even though you don't want to work with women. And what I am telling you is that somebody said it. They want the right to refuse and reject you first. When you reject them before they can say, well, I didn't even want to deal with you anyway, right? Because when you reject them, now you're bitches, now you're this. Reject a man on the street and see don't he come out his face calling you names and stuff. They don't like to be rejected. They want to reject you first. Well, that's why you a ugly fat bitch. That's when they turn around and say something, right? Because you're not gonna get to reject me first. It's unfortunate that women therapists have to deal with this. A lot of people are coming out saying that they don't like to deal with men in this realm. Like I said, and she didn't say black men, she said men. And just because she's a black woman, you're assuming, okay, black men, that's fine. So then now they're coming out proving her reasoning, just supporting her in her reasoning for not wanting to be around you violent, murderous, degenerate human beings. She doesn't want to deal with you, and she has every right. And you don't get to say she should be more professional. Nah. No, this is my life. I'm not dealing with nobody. And then the men are calling her, leaving her and it's not just the men, honey, because the last woman, the last black woman who came out and spoke against the way that men show up in therapy, it was a black woman who doxed her, right? And then found her job and got her fired. Yeah, so they will find other women to do their bidding for them. And they will happily, those pick-me's, mammies, mules, mattresses, maids, fools, clowns, simps, punk, bitches, they will do the work for their men, for our men, even though there's stats and proof to show like you shouldn't be backing up this group of men the way that you are, lady, because they would turn around and do the same exact thing to you. As soon as you reject them, they want you dead. They do. It's really sad, and it's unfortunate, but I believe that's what it was. They want to be able to reject you first. Number one, they believe that you owe them blind loyalty and support. You should never speak publicly against them. Never. Even though you have every right to say, "Hey, I don't want to see men anymore because they're out of order and they're out of line." It's crazy how even Greg Mattis, remember the man who wrote the article in Psychology Today who said that, men are not going to therapy and women are not wanting to deal with men who are not getting their lives together, and that's why the single men are lonely and this and that. They are still harassing that man. They are still harassing him. And that was 6 months ago. Had to be 6 months ago. Had to be 6 months ago. I can't tell my clients to have boundaries and not have my own. She's right. Somebody says, I'm disappointed by all the black men who are coming out showing their misogyny in this discussion. If a therapist doesn't want to work with you and this is their boundary, they don't owe you shit. Social work community, it says it's a Twitter page says, we support social workers who make decisions they need to make for them to establish their boundaries that will allow them to provide ethical, effective, supportive, non-judgmental, confident client care. And that's true. And if she has a bias, you probably don't want to work with her anyway. Y'all coming in there, bulldozing, thinking she needs to prove something. A lot of these men, they don't even want help. They want to learn the tools that she has so they can turn around and use them on somebody else. A lot of these men, they don't want to have a discussion on how they can be better. They want somebody to tell them that they're right in the way that they're operating. They want someone to affirm them. A therapist is not going to do that. And a lot of men, if you go to a therapist with a man, they don't want anyone to call them out. First of all, they don't want a woman because they figure like, oh my God, it's going to be 2 against 1. I've had that experience. Number 2, if a man starts calling them out, they'll turn around and say, well, he's a therapist for women. And they need someone to affirm their behavior. That's all. They don't want anyone to tell them, you're not right. The way that people are experiencing you is violent, it's detrimental, it's not going to produce healthy relationships. No, 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 no. They don't want to hear it. None of that. They want you to be like, you know what, you're right in the way that you handle that. You were right in the way that you handle that. You did just right. They want someone to affirm them. That's it. She didn't break any code of ethics. She has a right to say, I don't want to work with men because blah, 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 blah. Therapists are allowed to have specializations. It's actually encouraged in our field. Here is her TikTok. This you? Here. I say I don't want to work with males anymore in my private practice because they activate my nervous system and I don't feel safe. And their response is to threaten to unalive me by threatening my livelihood, saying that there's groups of y'all that are reporting me to my licensing board because I don't want to work with y'all. Y'all ain't want to work with me anyway. So what y'all talking about? Y'all are reporting me to my licensing board for saying I specialize in working with Black women who overcome perfectionism. Did you know that therapists are allowed to have specializations? Did you know that when we are in school, our instructors ask us, what is your target population? Who would you like to work with? Focus on them. Did you know that? It's people leaving me reviews saying that I'm racist, saying that I shouldn't work with Black men, saying that when they were my client, they felt this type of way, blah, blah, blah. These folks have never even seen me. I don't know these people. So y'all just sitting up here lying on me. Why would you do that? They're calling my business line saying they want to slice off my face. They want to unalive me. They want to essay me. I should be. You really think I want to work with men now? No. Then on Twitter, y'all posting a picture of my profile for therapy for Black men. Yeah, that's me. But I'm no longer seeing males because of the things that I've said previously. And my profile is still up there because I paid my $20 for the month. I'm waiting on them to stop my subscription. I just made this announcement last week. Y'all gonna give me some time? Where is the energy for the male therapists who only see men? Because I don't see y'all out here acting like this towards them. I encourage you, I implore you to find a male therapist that's a good fit for you. I say I don't want to work with males anymore. You need a therapist. If you are out leaving reviews, lying, calling the board, doing all these things, calling her and threatening her life, threatening to essay her, like just proving a lot of women, the nervous system is activated. You're in a fight, flight, or fawn mode. And people don't want to be like that. Like I'm telling you, if the nervous system is out of whack, you can't thrive like that. And I don't want to be in a room with the person who activates my nervous system to where I can't even relax and do my job because I'm in a fight or flight or fawn mode. I'm not doing that. And she has every right to do that. A lot of women, like for me, I'm activated like that. Like I cannot. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. And they're not used to being rejected. And publicly, when a Black woman rejects Black men publicly, oh, you're generalizing. Oh, you're this. This is a therapist, not having a romantic or a relationship. She's trying to develop a patient client relation, a client patient, what do you call it? Patient client patient relationship. What do they call it? She's trying to establish a relationship, a different type of relationship, a therapeutic relationship with these people, and they're showing her, no, you don't even what? I'm amazed. I'm not amazed. All they do is prove you right. That's all they do is prove you right. And that's the end of that. So hopefully it'll die down. Hopefully it'll die down, and hopefully because I think the other woman, remember, she was a younger therapist, and she was like, they were like, oh, look at her, and just analyzing her and everything like that. She still gets harassed. she still gets harassed because those videos, they they'll cycle through and it'll die down, and somebody will share it again and cycle through. That happens with my videos. I'll notice, I'll be like, oh my god, the niggas done got a hold of my video, somebody done shared my video somewhere, because you start getting these comments, random comments on older videos and stuff like that. um and all they do is they just prove themselves as to why people don't want to be around a lot of y'all. They don't feel safe around a lot of y'all. That's why I don't understand when oh, our men, girl. Do you see how your men are doing other black women simply for saying I don't want to work with them? You see how your men are doing it. You see how but you're the type of person that would probably make an excuse. Oh, she wasn't professional. Oh, she shouldn't have said this. No, she could say whatever the hell she wants to say as long as she's within her code of ethics, as long as she's honoring her commitments. That doesn't have anything. She can say, I don't specialize in seeing men. You're going to go to an OBGYN and get mad because she don't see men? Or people who are assigned male at birth? You going to get mad at her? Girl, because she don't specialize in that? That's crazy. That is so crazy to me. Okay, let's see what's going on online, child. I think that's the end of that. Let's go to another video. We talk about the therapist for a while. So take care of each other, protect your energy. Um, I don't know what to say about these men who act like this. I just stay far away from them. Just stay far away from them. Be safe out there, y'all. Take care of each other. Peace.